Om Namaste. Welcome. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jose, and I have a passion for sharing my spiritual insights and my revelation, speaking on spiritual topics. Today I want to talk to you about being your own authority in your life, and how to be demanding for greatness. A lot of us go throughout life looking around for a compass, for somebody to tell us what is right and wrong. And there is a time in our life when we're younger where we must depend on others to teach us, to show us, to guide us. There has to come a point in our life where we no longer rely on others as much, where we get pushed out of the nest, metaphorically speaking, and learn how to fly. And there's no set time for that. Everybody has to find that time depending on their makeup and who they are. But when you do start finding that time, it's an interesting moment in your life because you feel very alone. You realize that a lot of the things that you were taught by well-meaning people were wrong, or they don't serve you. They don't align with who you are, who you want to be. And there's a purging of sorts that has to happen. And this purging isn't easy because everybody's unique and they each need to purge different things. So there's really no rule book out there that's going to teach you what to purge, what not to purge, because everyone has a different truth in life. Everybody is put here with a different perspective, different angle. So at this time in my life, I find myself at that crossroad where I've been reading scriptures from different religions and ancient civilizations, and I've listened to enough YouTube videos for probably 20 lifetimes, and I've listened to my parents and my friends and my lovers, and now I'm realizing that it's time for me to listen to myself, to trust my own intuition, to trust my own sense of right and wrong, of what is harmonious to this vessel, to this perspective. And this can be scary because we make a lot of mistakes when we're learning how to walk. We fall a lot. We get hurt a lot. We get discouraged a lot. We have people poke fun at us, telling us that what we're doing is silly or not gonna help. And this can really break down who we are. And it's designed that way. We must break down to a point where we realize that all that we have become up until this point has no structure, has no foundation, that it was just all things that we took on faith, we took on belief. And I feel we must all hit rock bottom, because when we build a foundation in construction, we have to get to the point in the ground where it's hard, so that when you build the foundation, it doesn't move as much when the house is fully built. And metaphorically speaking, we have to all reach the bedrock of our being, and see that we really don't know a lot of the things we say we do. And the minute we are humble enough and meek enough to surrender and admit that we don't know, we find our own authority, and we can start making demands on life. We can merge with life. We can stand up on our own 2 feet and say, enough is enough. I'm tired of living a lie. I'm tired of acting like I have it all together. I'm going to be raw. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be vulnerable. And I'm not going to lie to myself anymore, or to others. Because my peace is more important than how I look on the outside, than pleasing people. You're gonna fall a lot. I know I said that, but I just want to remind you that this path to awakening is not easy. There's going to be a lot of nights where you're going to be emotional and doubting yourself and wishing that something or somebody would just help you through this. I'm getting a little emotional now because I've been there. I am there. But it's those nights that you're burning away what isn't you. It's not you who's crying. It's your false identity that is slowly dying, that is crying. And you're so identified with who you think you are that you feel that you are falling apart. But the more you fall apart, the more you realize what you truly are. The more you see that you never were in charge, that your authority isn't really your authority, that it's really God's authority. You don't know how your heart is beating right now, or how you just know to breathe in and out throughout the day. You can become conscious of it, but there's a higher intelligence that has authority over you. Not my will, but thy will be done. I'm speaking of, yeah, sure, you have a physical will, but there's still something greater than you that is putting the circumstances and events and people in your life to guide you in a certain path. And even if you choose to reject the path it is guiding you with, it will find other ways to guide you back. It's kind of like putting a kid in a playpen that's big enough where he feels like he has all the room in the world to play, but he's not aware of the fact that he is contained in an environment for his growth. And we all are in this play that we call life, going through that. So stop looking on the outside for answers. Stop looking for authority figures and thinking that they have it all together, because they don't. Just like you have doubts, everybody has doubts. Some people just play it off like they don't, including me, including you. Learn to tap into the true authority in your life and demand it dominion into your life. Demand that it washes away your fears, your stresses, your depressions, and become a vessel for the true authority, which is God, which is truth, which is love. Allow love to flourish in your soul and your being to the point where you forget who you are and you only remember love. And when you are flooded in love, fear can't touch you. Depression doesn't exist. Judgments seem unnecessary because you don't want to tarnish the love that you feel. It's more important to you to rest in your love and peace than to be right, than to have a point. This takes great discipline. I've caught glimpses of this in my life where I have entered this sea of love, where I feel almost like a blanket is protecting me from any negativity. I can walk into a room where people are cursing at me and telling me how I'm doing this and this wrong, and yet something won't be moved. There'll be such a stillness in my being that I'll just watch what's going on and not be affected by it. And my actions will reflect that, of course. And my choices will be so different. And how I feel will be so blissful. Imagine if we could all master this. Imagine how different the world would look. How we would see people doing things through anger and feel no sort of avoidance or hatred towards them. We would feel compassion and love and want to just be there for them to explain to us why they're having such a hard time, instead of judging them and telling them how wrong they are for what they're doing. Because we've all been in a dark place where all we wanted was somebody to talk to us, and we're so angry that we just start doing really hurtful things to others in hopes that it's gonna help us. So why is it that when people hurt us, we don't remember that? And it's because of what I'm speaking of right now. Because we lose our connection to our love, and we think that it's all about us and about our pain and our fear, and it's not about love. It's not about being the example, the emulation of divine love. Sorry, I'm trying to look at my GPS and talk to you guys at the same time. So, I think that's enough for today. I've said a lot for you to contemplate and think about. I love all of you. I know the struggle you're going through. I know it's not easy. But press on. Because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You will be rewarded for your deeds. Your reward will be infinite love and peace in your heart, 24/7. And that to me is the ultimate reward. Wisdom that just floods in as you need it. Doubts that are eradicated the minute you have them. Fears that transform into insight and harmony. These are the ultimate rewards that you can obtain in life. Not money, not great sex and a beautiful life on the outside. All that stuff is just icing on the cake. I love you guys. Till next time, namaste.